Hi, and welcome to the UNAS Midwatch podcast. Thanks for listening. If you're enjoying our podcast and would really like to help us out, please subscribe and leave a review wherever you are listening. It really does help us grow our audience. If you are on Facebook or Instagram, head on over and subscribe and follow us so you never miss an episode. We also have a Patreon available, so you can help us keep this podcast going. Just look us up and become part of the UNAS today. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
Hey guys, what's up?
What is... God, it's hot out.
Welcome to West Bumfuck, Texas.
Jesus.
I wonder how long it's going to take us to get out of this state. I felt like we were on the road for a while.
Well, we're almost there, depending
Fake.
on which way we go. I mean, we could either go straight across and exit the Panhandle, or we can go down about 50 miles and then go straight across and be in Texas for another 1,000 miles.
Ugh. That fake gas shortage didn't help either.
No, it didn't help anything.
I mean, we stocked up. We did a lot of unreps.
The entire
Conreps.
flight deck was filled of red gas cans. So there's that.
Well, we didn't have any plastic bags full of gasoline, so I call that a win.
Socks. I saw some socks.
Socks, some people's kids, man.
Like, I don't think I've ever driven across Texas, but I wonder in a car how long that would take. And if it feels anything like Kansas, where it's just nothing for hours, and you just want to add some excitement to your life and maybe take a hard right turn and just roll the thing.
I mean, yeah, that's, I would say that is 99.9% of what Texas is.
But it's the greatest state.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, if you drive from the tip of the Panhandle all the way down to the other side, the tip on the coast, like Brownsville area, it would take you 3 or 4 days.
I love
Really?
how visually he just used the podium with his hand and had one spot for the tip and then drew it like he had Texas memorized in his head, and we were all supposed to visual Texas in our heads.
Everyone knows what Texas looks like.
Yeah, it's not like Michigan where you can just put up a hand and say, I'm right here on my lifeline.
It's true. I'm in the knuckle, by the way.
How do you guys represent the UP?
We don't.
Yeah, they don't claim that.
They're Canada.
Yeah. They're,
Lower Canada.
well, I mean, we're trolls and they're Upers
Well, Oklahoma's...
Trolls, why?
because we're below the Mackinac Island Bridge. It's the bridge that separates the UP from
Like the
Michigan.
Billy
Lower
Goat
Michigan.
Scruff. You're under the bridge.
Kinda, yeah.
Huh, I never knew that.
Depending on where you're from, you either call Oklahoma Upper Texas or Texas Lower Oklahoma.
That's fair.
I think Oklahoma's a pretty okay state.
That's
Oh, God.
random.
And very dad.
Okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, so judging 3 or 4 days, you have one tip that's up top and another tip that's on bottom.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I hear
Just wanna be
is
clear.
Texas is full of tips, but just the tips.
Just tips.
I think a lot of people from Texas would hate hearing me say that.
I was once on a road trip from Louisiana, and I stopped in Amarillo. And
Were you there by morning?
From Louisiana?
We're going from Louisiana to Wyoming.
So you went down Interstate 20. You did.
Yeah. So I stopped in Amarillo.
So you went down Interstate 20.
And
You
I-
did.
Right? Because
Because you went through Dallas.
McNally maps.
Because you went through Dallas, I'm sure.
I don't remember. I do know that we skirted around on back roads to avoid large cities. Either way, stopped in Amarillo. I was at an Econo Lodge.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the pool where I met this girl. And we started chatting it up. We became pen pals. Right? This is before the time of email.
I'm about to say, so this was a while ago.
This
Pen
had to
pals.
have been around 94, 95.
Welcome.
Let's say.
How,
You've got mail.
how do you propose that? Yo, girl, you can be worth these stamps.
These stamps.
Let me get
These
that
are
street address.
29 cents. So, anyways, we became pen pals for quite some time. And basically faded away as I grew up high school and joined the Navy at the time.
So basically friend zoned.
Yeah, we were
Like
friend zoned.
ultra friend zone, like friend in another city zone.
Well, yeah, we were hundreds of miles apart without vehicles.
Did you draw pictures of your wiener in your messages to each other? And then she draw pictures of her hoo-ha?
Here's a dick collage.
No. So anyway,
like the original dick pics.
so I still have those letters buried in some chest somewhere. But when I went
sure your
to
wife appreciates
my
that.
ship, so when I joined the Navy and I got to my first ship, I actually met a guy who was also from where she was, Walsenburg, Colorado, the Pacheco family. And he starts making phone calls like, hey, anybody remember Lindsay? You know, oh, I think that's Bill's niece or whatever. But I thought it was pretty crazy that for, you know, a
Like Bill's
pen pal
Bills?
relationship. No,
Like
I'm just making
our bills?
just making up names.
Oh.
But they are meeting in Texas. I'm from Wyoming. She's from Colorado. Pen pals for years. And then a loose family friend from the same podunk town nowhere. It's just pretty crazy how small the world is.
It is very, very tiny. Yeah, the older I get, the more I realize how small it actually is.
I think one of the weirdest things about the military is proving how small we actually are. And it's not even about like being from different places. It seems like we're all from the same spot. Now I get it, we all get stationed in roughly the same areas. There's only a certain amount of areas we can go to. However, seems like this is so small and yet so big at the same time. It's weird. Speaking of that's fair, I had to send Drew away again.
Oh, yeah?
Have you noticed anything in the shop since he's been back from his sleep study?
No.
He
Sounds
has
like a fucking dinosaur coming from his room.
Yeah, the worst gas in the mornings because of that CPAP.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
I literally thought they were doing CHT maintenance right next to us.
Same thing. He's doing maintenance.
He
on
is.
I
pipes.
heard like clinging
He is
of
doing
pipes
chit
and, you know,
training.
like wrenches. I thought it was an AC unit, but when I started to smell that, I just thought that maybe I was wrong about an AC unit.
He sounds like a wet Ford Mustang starting up in a river without a muffler.
That is I got it. Tracking it. Yep.
Just
It
like the
is.
slappy mud bog.
Yeah, tropical thunder. And having that, my room unfortunately is next to his and our walls are so thin, I feel like the walls actually reverberate in the mornings.
Like
With
the
his.
pressure makes him push out. And
Yeah.
then- yeah.
Like
Brace for shock.
like if a
With
sub
the jaw
is
open.
too far below its crush depth, that's what my walls feel like in the morning.
Wait a minute.
That's
if
scary.
a sub is too far below the crush,
Yeah. So they
It
set the
doesn't
crush depth.
instantly. It
Yeah.
starts.
It starts to crush at this depth.
Yeah.
so it's like, so you can go below that point.
You
Yes.
can, but it is not recommended.
Oh wow. Also something I
anyways.
didn't know.
I sent him to the doctors again. He's got to get that. I get it. You have a leaf blower in your nose all night long. There's going to be some trapped air. And it is a thing. You have a CPAP. You're bound to blow the tires off in the morning. However, I can't take it.
Should we get like a suppressor for his butthole in the morning? Or put a kazoo there. I think a kazoo would make it more entertaining.
It's like you start hearing like hot crossed buns. Like I thought. Have you ever seen The Labyrinth?
Like the movie?
So you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know the bog of eternal stench,
Yeah.
and then Ludo goes across the rocks, and I thought, cut that.
Good talk, buddy.
Sweet.
Yeah. We'll just call him Bose.
Because I
I
like
thought
that
so
movie.
too. Just ignore what I have to say.
We'll just call him Bose from now on. Bog of Eternal Stench. It's his new nickname.
Oh yeah,
Drew Bose.
I'm for it.
and he's gonna be like, "What?
What does that even mean, guys? I don't even get it.
Is that another word I have to look up?"
That's fair. So, anyways, so Odessa, Texas.
Odessa.
That's
Why
at
does that sound familiar? Like, I feel like there's not much here.
Friday Night Lights, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The TV show, right?
Shut your face.
No,
the movie.
I thought it was a series.
It became a series.
Oh, I didn't know it was two different things. I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
Yeah, the
Clearly.
movie's
You've
the
never
movie's
seen the
actually
movie?
Mm.
Good. It's
The,
got Billy Bob Thornton, Booby Miles.
the only
You want to win? Put Booby in.
the only thing that I know of that's a football movie like that is Varsity Blues.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's West Texas football.
It's the same thing, but
Not the same movie.
Varsity Blues is like if MTV and CW got together and made a football movie.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Straight
pretty.
from CW because
and-
Dawson's Creek was in there.
Yeah. Everyone's pretty and everybody has these not real problems.
And they make fucking whipped cream bikinis.
Yeah.
Oh, they did that scene in Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah.
And they did it in
And then there is
Which
a
was
Varsity
better?
Blues.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
they
Varsity
recreated
Blues is
it
where
with
they
the
got it from.
But that was Captain America that did the whipped cream in Not Another Teen Movie.
And a banana.
Yes.
And a banana.
Let's not forget the banana.
So the only other football movies that I know of, like Rudy or the one with Sandra Bullock, she adopts that kid.
Blindside.
Blindside.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those either. Like, I'm not a big sports movie guy. Moneyball, never seen it.
The one thing about sports movies are they're never about like just the sport. It's always like overcoming some adversity.
And that's what Friday Night Lights is about.
Yeah. It's not just like let's just make a football movie about playing football and nothing else.
Like Blue Chips.
Yeah.
That was just playing the game.
That's why that movie fucking flopped.
So, what adversity do they have though? Because this is high schoolers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is it like high school drama of, oh, she broke up with me and now she's dating my arch enemy?
Some of that.
Arc enemy?
Yes, I said that. I meant.
Some of that, like,
Damn you, St. Louis.
injury ruining a college career.
Yeah.
Oh,
Booby
okay.
Miles.
Yeah.
That was his whole
It
thing.
doesn't matter. Just, Lori Loughlin, that stuff.
I guess.
Well, this is also middle of Texas. It's not exactly a place where they have the Lori Loughlins to pay to get you into college.
That's fair.
Or is it?
It's not fair, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
All right, so besides knowing the name Odessa, is there anything to do here? Do you know?
There most definitely is not.
No. Hopefully, I don't even think it's not even football season, so we can't even catch a game.
I wonder if we'd even be allowed to.
I don't see why not. It's like a religion down here, so
Being
we'd be
on
accepted.
campus, though, that we're not students.
But
Or
it's
family.
It's
for
the football
games,
stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the games are
We're not,
different.
we're not going into the school. We're like, what's up, girls?
I don't know.
Best
how
thing
that
about
works.
Odessa girls is I get older and they stay the same age.
I don't know.
It's a great flick.
It is a good movie.
I just thought it was illegal to go onto high school property.
It is not.
Have you never?
to patronize a football, or
Yeah.
any sporting event? It is not.
Oh, well, it's probably soon gonna be.
Maybe
Maybe, but not down here.
not in Texas.
Not in Texas.
Literally, just like Varsity Blues, and especially in smaller towns, during their school's football games, the entire town shuts down.
That's crazy.
Like, that's legit too. That's not even a exaggeration. There's no business open
I
during
think
those games.
the only cool thing about that is the entertainment is free, and if everyone's doing it and you're all sharing the same hobby, it's like you'll be entertained on Friday night.
hmm
Cost
The other
free
thing is,
unless you
too,
buy
if,
hot
like,
dogs.
If it's like you who doesn't get into sports,
No, they charge for football games. You
Yeah.
can pay. Unless
For
you're a student.
high school?
Unless
Yeah.
you're a student, yeah.
Wow.
oh yeah, even
How do you-
students.
So some of the high school stadiums in Texas are bigger than college football stadiums.
Yeah.
Talking 60, 70,000 people that these things hold. Yeah.
Yeah. When I say the entire town
not
will be
know
there, the entire town's there. And then if you're not there, it was noticed you were not there.
people start questioning you.
Yeah.
You're
Where
out
were
doing
you?
some shady
What's your
shit.
alibi?
Yeah.
Like coveting thy neighbor kind of stuff.
Coveting.
Yeah. It's against the football Bible down here to not go to the game.
Never knew.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just thought of beer while watching football. Have you seen
I
that
love
new
beer.
Corona commercial where they're redoing the "What's it?"
No.
It's Snoop Dogg and chick that plays Gamora,
Okay.
Zoe.
Zoe something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I almost said Deschanel, but that's not it.
Zaladana.
Yeah.
And some other rapper, but it's like the "What's it?" commercial, but for Bud Light with him. It's hilarious. You gotta watch it. And they're like chilling on some like tropical islands and shit.
One, I don't watch commercials, and two, I wonder how that infringes on Bud Light. Or
Well,
has
they
it just
don't
been
actually-
30 years?
They don't actually do the "What's it?" but they do, "Hey, what are you doing?" Nothing. Chilling. And then there's like, "Hold on."
So it's like a mock?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
It's good. It's good.
I didn't know they remade that. That's funny. I like the fact that it's a mock vice, them just trying to recreate something.
And Snoop Dogg. Who doesn't like Snoop Dogg?
Shoot me an email so when we go downstairs later, it'll remind me to pull it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. I just sent it.
I guess I had a thing back when I was a child. Probably because of like attention span. But my mom used to tell me that commercials are the only thing I would ever watch. And then during the TV program is when I did all my talking. And I had to constantly be told to, shut up or be quiet. But when it came time for commercials, I demanded everyone else shut up and be quiet.
It's because you wanted to hear the Micro Machine guy talk.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. I have never seen that commercial.
Or My Buddy.
My buddy.
My buddy.
My buddy.
My buddy.
Well,
My buddy
little
and
buddy.
me.
Wherever I go,
My
he
little guy.
goes.
Chucky.
Remember Wrestling Buddies?
Yep.
Oh.
I have a story about a wrestler. Did you guys see in the news what John Cena did?
Mm-mm.
No.
So, Fast and Furious 9 is coming out,
Ugh.
right?
Awful.
Correct.
I'm calling it now. It's
I
awful.
will probably still watch it, though. I'm not going to lie. So, F9 is coming out. And he did some sort of press release trying to...
What happened to the Furious part? Why are they not Furious? Is it because they're so old now?
Well, no.
Well, because Furious died in a car accident. So it's just Fast now.
So Vinny was fast. And what's his name?
Dom?
Dom? Yeah,
Was
Dom
Furious.
was fast.
Dom was Fast, Vinny
And-
was Furious.
Vinny was the...
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I get it. I don't remember. It's been so long. But
I thought it was
Okay.
back when they were street racers. They got furious at like losing their cars, but now that they're super secret spy agents known only to international criminals, there's
Okay.
no reason to be furious.
They
it's
just
'cause
should
Paul
just...
Walker died. Sticking with that.
They took out the Furious part because Paul Walker... Or did they take out the fast part? Anyways, I'm
No
sorry.
way. Well,
John
I think
Cena.
Paul Walker is probably going pretty fast.
Maybe that's
Too soon?
why. You drove too fast into that tree.
All right, so
But he wasn't too furious.
John
No.
Cena has this interview where he states that it's going to be released over in Asia first, and Taiwan's going to be like the first country to see the movie. I don't
Most
know.
movies
Is it
normally
filmed?
are
Yeah, I
released
know.
there
Why is that a big
before
thing?
here. They kind of get a gauge of how well the movie's going to do in America.
Give a chance for the
That's what I'm saying.
Koreans
Is
to
like the
dub
Asian
it
market
and, like,
is
steal
usually
it.
like the market you go to figure out how the rest of the world's going to go to.
Yep.
So why is it a big deal that he's happy about that?
No.
That's normal.
Okay, but where the controversy sets in at, that China demanded an apology
because they think they
because
own Taiwan.
Taiwan is
Oh.
not recognized as its own sovereign country. But
Gotcha.
John Cena recognized it, and therefore China essentially threatened to cancel him, remove all the wrestling toys, buddies off the shelves, not show the movie at all. Anything dealing with John Cena and especially F9 would not happen unless he issued an apology. So what did he do? Being John Cena, the badass that he is,
He issued an apology.
he caved. And not only just issued an apology and said, "I'm sorry, China," but used words repeatedly like, "I am very, 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 very sorry for what I've done. I'm extremely apologetic. Please, please, please forgive me."
Don't take away my money.
So sad. So sad. Hashtag cancel culture.
Hashtag cryptocurrency. Thanks, China.
Yeah, I did read that. The good thing about it is that on social media, the memes have stopped.
Yeah.
That's the only good thing I see. I feel bad for anybody who lost money. I honestly do. But Jesus, I am so happy the memes have stopped.
Which memes are we talking about?
The Dogecoin memes and to the moon memes.
Why did it extremely take a dive?
Oh, yeah.
The whole crypto market took a nosedive in the last couple weeks, like really bad. I have my theories on why. I think it's because buy low, sell high. So you think if you want to invest more money in crypto and it's already peaked right now and you bought it, say, when it was 20, let's talk about Bitcoin, you bought it when it was $20,000 a coin, and you and all your super wealthy buddies decide, hey, we all should dump all of our Bitcoin at $58,000 and watch it crash, and then rebuy it when it bottoms out to drive the price back up.
True.
Rich stay richer.
However, I also saw an article from our own Treasury Department releasing a statement that they are going to start, I don't know exactly what they're going to crack down on, but the headline said
Taxes.
they're going to start cracking down on cryptocurrency. Like we're a bunch of criminals out there trading stuff.
Well, you are, because
So-
you're not giving your piece to the government.
So they are not getting a slice of the pie, and that's what they want to put to a stop.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
So they want to crack down on you making money until you give them a cut.
Yeah. There's only two things that are certain. Death and taxes.
That sounds like a lot of mob stuff.
I feel like they
You can
will...
go do the robbery, and I won't say anything if you give me a portion of the proceeds.
Well, yeah, you did the robbery in his territory. So,
I implore you to research the Federal Reserve Act and the Internal Revenue Service when all that was created and how it was created. It's going to blow your mind.
oh yeah.
There's another article I read
good
that
read.
they want to expand the IRS.
Do you
to
know that?
have more people just double checking on us peons that we're paying.
Do you know that the federal income tax actually never got properly ratified through the government?
It's a good history. There's actually a Netflix special on Money Explained. That's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, they do a lot of interviews with former IRS agents who said, once I found that out, I quit and have never paid taxes again.
How? I want to meet that guy. Like, where's that CPA that says this is how you don't pay tax?
Yeah.
Because I would much rather give them a small business side hustle, cash payment.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, speaking of the Federal Reserve Act, it was not done by, I would say, lawyers. Like, the whole act was written by bankers.
Oh, of course. I wonder who wins that.
Well, they're the
I'm pretty
SMEs.
sure that
The
they were
money
completely impartial,
The money wins that every time.
and they're taking care of
Every time.
us citizens. So what was I saying before that, though?
John
For
Cena.
IRS, John Cena issuing an apology.
Yeah.
IRS.
Oh, crypto. So I don't dabble in crypto very much, but one piece of advice that I did learn really, really quickly is,
Don't.
well, don't.
Don't put in what
If
you
you
can't
have,
lose.
Yeah.
these are all sound financial advice, but this is going to be husbandly, fatherly advice to you.
I'm glad you're my husband and you're giving me advice.
Don't have a
Don't have?
don't
have.
a text alert go to your wife's phone when there is a questionable charge being made. That will give her the opportunity to ask you, what are you buying overseas? I just had this. Was this your purchase? Text back now, yes or no.
Well, stop using cryptocurrency to pay for your porn.
No, it's different though. Oh, so the article is coming out about them cracking down. That could have something to do with it too, because the popularity of crypto and all its varying coins there is a trend that's happening. So I bet you the bigger banks with the bigger buys on the bigger coins are manipulating it to crash to discourage people from doing it. Because, as you said, they're not getting their slice of the pie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, you'll lose money? Well, that'll teach you. And then everyone else sees like, oh, wow, you can lose that quickly. I don't want to mess with that. I'll just stick to my Visa and MasterCard that can be monitored very easily.
I don't know. Like I said before, it's a currency based off a currency that's based off nothing,
Some of them are actually based off money.
which is based off of.
Well, so they have some that are like Bitcoin Gold.
Mm-hmm.
It's based off the gold standard.
That's good, because we've gotten away from the gold standard, and if it's based on something, it's fine. The fact, like, a lot of this is based off our currency, like we're using our currency to buy into this. It just seemed like this crash was inevitable.
Yeah, especially lately with all the inflation and $20 for a 2x4 of wood, $6 for a gallon of gas.
So with the market buying houses and building houses right now, it's ridiculous. A friend of mine signed this contract to build a house for X amount of dollars and move in, build it to specs. It's his retirement home. He's not leaving it for the rest of his life kind of home.
Right.
Ended up costing him $90,000 because of the price of wood right now.
Like, I really wanna-
$90,000. That is a lot of freaking money.
That's like another house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had a friend that went to go visit my wife back in Florida to do some house hunting. And he stayed with her. They drove around, checked out some neighborhoods. But there's a house they went to go look at. It cost $367. My wife had previously visited that same house in November. She has pictures of it, knowing that this trip was coming up, when it was first built, and it was $277.
Mm-hmm.
So in 5, 6, 7 months, $90,000. But I would like to read those contracts on the price of increase. Like, I get lumber's going up, but you also signed a deal. Like, I've heard of this happening before, but I would like to read the paragraph that says we can amend this at any time.
I think, like with any other contract when it comes to realty, when you put it in escrow, you only have 30 days to sell the house, or it comes out of escrow and a new contract has to be built up and all that other stuff. I assume the same thing goes when a company goes out and builds houses in big groups. A lot of contractors do. If you look into a neighborhood, most of those homes will be built in sections by one company, and then another company may come in and build again. So price of wood goes up, then the cost of building that house has to go up too. So the price of the house has to go up. Otherwise, what's going to happen? The house isn't going to get built. It's actually cheaper for a company not to build that house and go into default on that property than it is to pay the extra money and honor the agreement, because they'll essentially lose $90,000 or the cost of materials that they've already put into the house, and then just lose that contract.
Yeah, but then again, these guys are making millions and millions and millions. It's hard for the common man to come up with $90,000.
That's what I'm saying. It's easier for that company to go, okay, well, we either raise the price or we just don't build it. You find another contractor. So then the company has to find another contractor, but then that contractor's prices are going to be way up there too. So essentially you're in this like same loop. You're not going to be able to sell that house, and it's always going to be the buyer that has to give into that.
I saw another article. I guess my life is full of articles now.
Must be.
Where
I know,
the
right?
$50,000 worth of wood.
Tell us another article, Boomer.
$50,000 worth of wood in 2020 was able to build like 10 1/8 houses. Now that same amount of $50,000 can build 2 1/20 of a house.
That's
It's a
crazy.
doghouse.
That is, yeah, dog mansions. Have you seen those? So did your friend re-sign the contract because it's his forever home, or did he say, forget it, it's too
He
much?
said forget it. It's stupid to pay that much more money, because, like I said, the buyer has to suck that up, and Granted, he could probably just suck that into a 30-year loan, but this is your forever home. You're planning on paying that 30-year loan off. That's the goal.
That 90 grand is going to end up being, say, another 300,000 after the insurance build up, or interest.
Interest, yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's go get sodas.
Yep. I'll
Deal.
go.
Okay.
Use.
Yeah, usually.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Oh, thank you.
Here's thy sodas.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think thou.
Okay.
Isn't that what you would say back? You said thy. Thys and thous.
Thou
Thine
art
is
very
dumb.
grateful.
So I was thinking, with the crash, I wonder how much of it they're still blaming Elon Musk, like tweeting one way or the other, depending on the coin. If he's still like the so-called mastermind behind all this.
I don't know, but he's definitely not helping Doge out any.
None whatsoever.
I thought he was like manipulating, like some people are saying he's manipulating it to his favor. Is that
I
not
think
the
he was
case?
trying to meme it in existence, and it failed.
Yeah, I think its peak happened 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 weeks ago now. I don't think it'll ever get that high again.
Yeah, I
Could be
think
wrong.
at this point, I think we're just waiting on the next new thing to try to jump on.
It's already out.
What is it?
Shiba.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that one.
So I
Or
wonder if
Safe
it's
Moon.
I wonder if it's just an Elon thing. Like he tweets about it and then the ratings sort of drop. Because I heard the same thing when he went on Saturday Night Live. The ratings just dropped, like plummeted. And nobody cares about SNL anymore.
I haven't cared about SNL in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause all they do
Like
is
20
talk,
fucking years.
Oh, at least.
talk politics. Like, that's it. Like, no one gives a shit. We hear about that all day during the week on the news. No
Yeah.
one cares.
I think it's like
Last
with a
time
lot
I
of
watched
movies,
SNL
too.
was when we needed more cowbell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
me too.
that's it.
Yeah, that was the era that I stopped watching SNL. After those greats got off the show. I mean, there's some stuff, like, there's some people that come out of SNL and win in life, like Nick Kroll. You heard of him?
I forget what he looks like, but I know the name.
Yeah, you've probably heard his name on quite a bit. He's breaking into the animated stuff, and he came out with Big Mouth. It's on Netflix. It's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
You've seen
But-
it too?
Oh, yeah. So, it's about these kids going through puberty, and they have these invisible creatures called hormone monsters. That it's their hormones talking to them, making them do really obscure and off-the-wall things. Like jerking off
Yeah.
at a sleepover with your best friend next to you, because your hormones just hit
At
you
least
out
it
of the
wasn't-
middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it wasn't in the same bed, but they hit on a lot of funny topics. Like we've all done it, like getting a boner in class for no reason. Yeah,
Yep.
they talk about that, stuff
I got
like
a-
that.
I got a boner right now.
I
Please say for no
saw
reason.
a video where
Okay.
this teenage kid was like the ball boy at a tennis match, and then the girls running around in tennis skirts. But she notices, but did him the favor of like throwing a jacket over his lap and not trying to call attention to it, except for she was being filmed, so the whole incident was being filmed, and now it's a viral video,
Never seen that.
not
I mean,
to call
some of those
attention
tennis
to it.
chicks are super hot.
Oh yeah,
I don't blame the kid.
faux show.
I want to know, like, whose idea was it to go, all right, we're going to let women in the sport, but they're going to have to wear skirts.
And they have to grunt really loud when they return tennis ball.
Like
when
even
you
the
say
men's
it like
games.
that, it just makes me think that my hormone monsters are gonna come out.
Knock, knock, who's there? It's me, the hormone monster.
Watching tennis again, I see.
What is the difference between an enzyme and a hormone?
You've said this joke before.
Have I?
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
You can't hear an enzyme or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next, watching tennis players. Have you ever watched the pole vaulters?
Yes, so, yep, I'm not even going to get into it.
Just yep, sure.
Allison Stoke, that's all I'll say.
Email that to me too, because I need a reminder to look it up on YouTube.
Yep.
Your hormone monster is kicking. You guys watch Army of Dead yet?
Sure have.
I have not.
Missing out. It's pretty good. It's not great. I mean, it's a zombie movie, so it's not going to be super, what's the word? Oscar winning. But it's got some interesting things. Like, it's a military experiment that went wrong. So it kind of gives some validity to...
Biological or chemical?
They don't really tell you.
Like a virus in some lab
Something-
accidentally got released and now...
Kinda, yeah.
everyone
Kind
has
of.
to
I don't want to
quarantine.
ruin that part of the movie for you, but it got released on Las Vegas, and of course, he is the alpha and creates all these other zombies that become alphas, and they create the zombies the normal zombies. But I thought it was kind of cool. The alphas are a little bit stronger, and they think a little bit, and I didn't like the pregnancy thing. I thought that was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to lead that into another movie.
Which is fine. And how it ended, they could essentially do another movie.
My big question is, why were they in such a hurry to escape the city?
The zombies or the people?
The people.
Well, because of the nuclear blast.
Population,
But
probably.
what happened at the end?
Yeah, they could have just stayed where the
Yes.
Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah.
But the way it ended, I initially thought he may have had what is that called? Like nuclear poisoning, radioactive poisoning.
Yeah.
And then they showed him bit, and I was like, yeah, okay. This is leading into another movie. I could see this.
So it's radiation.
Radiation, thank you. Yeah, I
So-
thought it was radiation
But how is
poisoning.
that zombie, though? As
No,
opposed to...
This is towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Something different.
They're definitely zombies.
Yeah, they are zombies,
But we don't know how.
but military zombies.
Like World War Z-ish.
Kinda.
So, very beginning of the movie,
Like
there's
World War Z, the
a
book. not the movie.
convoy leaving Area 51,
Yeah.
and the dudes in the convoy don't know what it is. They're making speculation on on what they're carrying, and they don't know.
Operation Blue Book.
Yeah, and then some shit happens.
Yeah,
They
right?
get
Okay.
Sorry, some shit happens. They get in an accident. The
Swallowed and
cargo
drank
flips
monkey.
over, and they get told to get the fuck away from there as fast as they can. Of course, none of them fucking listen, and then
And they all
that's
die.
how it all starts.
And they all get infected.
Yeah, as
and then the world
alphas.
gets told that it's like a bat or something like that.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, nothing crazy like that.
Oh, okay. Like a meat market with rotten meat or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
What is your guys' favorite zombie movie?
The Dead Don't Die.
I haven't seen that one. I heard it was hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Yeah. Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead's
Oh,
pretty good
okay.
too.
Like, I don't go for the serious zombie movies. I think with zombies, you have to have a degree of comedy with it because the seriousness of it is not the zombie part, it's the human part. And, like, that's what The Walking Dead is. That's why that's so good. Because it doesn't really focus on the zombies. The zombies are a B plot. The focus is the
How
human
humanity
actions.
treats
Yeah.
each other after a fucking zombie apocalypse.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very indecisive on that and how it would go for real. Whether everyone would band together to fight the bigger force,
No.
or they're
We
like,
wouldn't.
no,
People,
we're still
just like now, are going to try to seize power.
Yeah.
right. That doesn't happen.
100% will. If the government falls, people will 100% try
No.
to seize power in certain areas.
No. They're just looking out for our safety. There, you have your best interests in mind.
Here we go.
Right.
You guys need to read online stories more.
We're from the new
You'll
government.
learn.
We're here to help.
So, I forget where I was going. Oh, I'll tell you what I think. 28 Days Later is the
Stupid.
scariest type of zombies.
It is not.
It is.
No, it's
Those
awful.
guys can run.
No,
You think I'm going to get away from them?
World War Z were fucking pretty scary zombies.
Yeah,
too.
oh, they could climb too, but if they can outpace me, I'm done. Like, there is no survival techniques for me. But that's where the serious zombie movies
Sid
come
the
in.
Sloth
because,
could outpace you.
Huh?
Sid the Sloth could outpace you.
Hey, Priscilla.
Well, then you'll think Army of the Dead is terrifying then, because they're thinking and like that.
So kind of like a I Am Legend.
No.
They were thinking.
Those were vampires. They
Yeah,
were
those are
vampires,
vampires.
though.
Well, yeah.
These, like, the main zombie, the alpha, the one that was in the accident in the beginning, actually finds a mask and has, like, a metal mask over his brain so he can't be shot in the head to die.
Oh yeah, see that'd be freaky as.
Yeah, so they
I'll
have
get
like a
out.
hierarchy of
Yeah.
zombie.
There was a zombie king and a zombie queen, and
So you're
everything.
saying humans are at a disadvantage? Because I wouldn't mind if they're just a bunch of dumb, slow ones that eat rotten flesh and
Yep,
you can
not these.
snipe
not
them
these
out.
guys, yeah.
Not these.
See, how do you combat that? We need movies that teach us, books that teach us.
They had the right idea in the beginning of the movie, but they
Yeah.
failed somehow. I don't know.
Human error.
Hey, fun fact. I know we brought it up a while ago. The new Commandant, right? So when I knew him before his excelling, successful career, he actually had a book that he gave me for the zombie survival guide.
I read that by Max Brooks.
So now I can say I have a gift from our Commandant.
Nice.
There you go. Should get him to sign it.
Speaking of I Am Legend, have you ever read the book?
Yes.
No.
So the book and the movie are not anywhere close to each other.
I mean, that's typically the case, though.
Yeah.
Same with World War Z. Those zombies in the movie weren't in the book.
Yeah.
No zombies in the book, or those
There
zombies?
was zombies in the book because that's what it was about, but those types of zombies were not in the book.
Yeah, they're not as scary.
How do you
But-
think if there was a zombie outbreak, right, or some sort of apocalyptic event, how do you think it would go down?
As in the way we acted, or what would actually happen? Like,
Like the way humans would act?
or
So let's
what
break it
event
down.
would take
what
us
would
out?
be the primary cause, and what would be in your survival kit? What is in your zombie bug out bag?
I do believe that
Oh, we're going
the
zombies?
primary cause would be a government trying to create some kind of super soldier.
Yeah.
I
Government will definitely be
wholeheartedly
to blame.
believe
Whatever it is.
okay.
Whether it's zombies, whether it's virus, whether it's anything. It'll be any government worldwide trying to create something that goes wrong.
I don't think it can be a virus, though, because as soon as we find out that there's like an isolated incident, as long as we put on our mask, we'll be fine.
Yeah, it doesn't transfer through the air though. Like typical zombies is transferred through a bite.
Because the virus is actually carried in their saliva.
Okay, that's true. But if you maintain 6
Alright,
feet
if we're
away
going
from the
zombies,
zombie,
it's definitely
Yeah, it's if they're slow zombies.
what's in your bug out bag. I'll let you go first.
A knife,
Okay.
a fairly large one.
Machete.
Some kind of firearm with some highly readily available ammunition, something that I can go pillage from people's houses after they're all zombies. A flint to create fire. solar flashlight, some kind of radio, I think a shortwave, like CB radio or ham radio, something like that, GRMS radio, and a very large, very heavily armored vehicle of some sort,
That's good.
and storage for fuel.
I want a school
And
bus.
Water purification of some sort.
Yeah. I want a school bus. I would add gas tanks, extra gas tank. Armor the bus. Yes, on the knife, probably several knives. I would only take a handgun and a rifle with the scope. Mainly the rifle for hunting. The pistol is actually, honestly, it's not even for zombies. It's for people. Because
I can see
people suck.
Yep.
And will do anything to make themselves survive. Even at the expense of ruining...
Possibly killing the last human on Earth.
Yeah, ruining everybody's survival. A human will try to make himself survive. It's just the nature of us all.
Yep.
I think blades would be better than guns because they can be sharpened and reused. You know, if it's of high quality,
yes.
hopefully, you know, it doesn't break. But ammo will eventually run out.
You will be able to reuse some of your ammo and remake ammo, but it won't be for very long. When the initial rush happens, everybody will, of course, run to guns because it's quickest, it's easiest, and you'll see people just trying to mow down zombies just for the hell of it. You see it in every movie and every book. It's been written about. We're just dumb. However, my plan is, in that bus, grab a few key people that I know are able to do things in a society and head north. As far north as I can get. Preferably someplace cold. If I have to go to Canada, I'll go to Canada.
Ooh.
Think about it, though. I've said it before. Zombies don't feel, so they're going to freeze.
So what about, so you'll go to the UP on the north side of the Mackinac Bridge.
Yes, I would go up there. Probably even further. And it gets cold. I've hunted up there in the UP. It gets cold up there. But I'd want someplace that's colder longer. Just because you can always heat up. Like you see a lot of these like zombie shows like The Walking Dead, and they're like in Georgia the entire time. Can you imagine all those zombies that are around them at all times? How bad that place smells.
Yeah.
I wonder if you get used to it.
I don't think you could.
Go nose blind.
Yeah, well, you might, maybe, yeah.
It always makes me wonder with that, like, they never use the bathroom, right? So there's never any real cleaning going on. So if they were to, like, you know, get busy, what is that funk you're diving into? And teeth brushing. There's a lot of questions I have, which I guess I'll find out when
it
this
happens.
apocalypse actually happens.
Yeah.
I mean, we all focus on what we know today. We want to use toothpaste for brushing teeth, but I mean, you find a box of baking soda and some water, you got toothpaste.
Yeah.
A lot of those basic survival skill things are lost.
Yeah, but are you going to weigh yourself down adding toothbrushes?
No,
to
but
your
baking
kit?
soda is something that a lot of people are not going to grab. Think about baking soda, you have it in the back of your cabinet, maybe. And it usually just sits there,
Or you
collecting
put it in
moisture.
your fridge
Yeah, make the fridge smell better.
yeah.
Until you find it in the back and you're supposed to replace it 8 months ago.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I guess it's time for
If
new
8
box.
months, 8 years.
Years, not months.
Yeah.
It expired
So-
in 2004.
There's a lot of like that zombie survival guide. It talks about how you're not supposed to worry too much about guns and ammo. Realistically, the guns and ammo are for the humans. Getting past them.
Oh, for sure.
Unless they're fast zombies.
Yeah, unless we get blessed with fast zombies.
Yeah. And then I will probably immediately die. And while dying, think to myself on how I should have done more cardio.
That's why you're not on my list of people
I'm
to
going to
grab.
find some engineers in the Navy and go find a mothballed ship and just set sail.
Yeah, even that show, The Last Ship.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how they survived.
Because the fish will still be in the ocean, right?
Yeah, unless they're like Army of the Dead fish.
Which would be
'Cause if you can turn a-
terrifying.
Siegfried and Roy tiger into a zombie, which was badass.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if like the Mirage Sanctuary just turns into a zombie safari.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's crazy.
And
It's
the
terrifying.
zombie tiger takes out a dude too. It's pretty cool looking.
Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, you should definitely watch it, dude. I'll watch it again.
Well, email me to remind me so I can look it up. Well, I'm not going to do it tonight because here comes my relief, so I'm about to go crash.
All right. Well, I guess fuck Drew then.
Yeah. You fucking asshole.
He'll be fine.
Living that good life.
I mean, he's getting out of work because of sleep and because of gas. Whatever.
Well, I'm going to stop working to go sleep. So, good night, y'all.
Good night.
Later.
As always, thanks for listening. If you're enjoying the show, please go and rate a review. It really does help the show out. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at UNAS Midwatch Podcast or Twitter at UNAS Midwatch. Leave us a message or a word that Drew has to look up. CMG Doom, played by Robert Williams. Fully Petty Soldier, Chris Pike, played by Christopher Sharp. Second Sergeant Drew Scrolls, played by Andrew Mingione. Second Sergeant Leon, played by Chris Short. Logo created by Natascha Mingione. Music owned by James Clifford, created by Ian Host and Ride Free. Thank you for listening to UNAS Midwatch.